The next speaker is Ambassador Dr. Blessing Sylvester Akpan, FIMC, FIPMA, all the titles are there. Seasoned Management System Consultant, ISO Lead Auditor, Executive Coach, and Business Leader with over 22 years of professional experience. He specializes in quality management, environmental management, occupational health and safety, food safety, organization development, auditing, training, and certification support. Ladies and gentlemen, ambassadors, doctors, governors in the house, please help me make welcome Ambassador Dr. Blessing Sylvester Akpan. Please put your hands together for this wonderful man. Shall we please welcome?
Thank you, everybody. Talking before me is the principle of conflict prevention. As a way of introduction, I would like to say that Nigeria is blessed with natural resources, diverse cultures, ethnic nationalities, languages, religion, and immense human capital. And of course, this diversity is a source of our strength when popularly managed, but can become a source of tension. Over the years, has witnessed various forms of conflict, and religious conflict, political conflict, communal and boundary dispute, which happen in some of our local governments and beyond, resource control conflict, farmer elders clashes, youth restiveness and insurgents, and of course what's ongoing now, kidnapping and criminal violence, and then cyber conflict and misinformation. All these various types of conflict stem out of one thing: not being able to manage our diversity very well. Diversity should be our strength. Excellencies, if we pull our uniqueness together, we should be able to withstand every type of life. Now, when we talk about these types of conflict, what are the consequences of this conflict? Your Excellencies, one, it will lead to loss of life and properties. And conflicts are not well managed, properties will be lost. Regarding this of the nation today and all over the world, a lot of people no longer value life. People don't value property. You spend money to build your house, and some people don't come somewhere and they set it ablaze and all they break it down. Number two, consequences, it's displacement of communities. When there is conflict, of course, people run helter-skelter, abandon their homes. Because of this problem, people are afraid to lose their loved ones. And this leads to communal. No wonder in Nigeria today, we have various IDP camps where people have been displaced for months, for years, out of their comfort zone or out of their ancestral land. Another consequence we look at is the economic setback. No nation fighting itself progresses. Your Excellency, Dr. Nuhu said it all. If we don't manage conflict well, instead of progressing, we'll be retrogressing. Can you imagine countries that are in the arid region of the world? I make my example of Dubai, United Arab Emirates, a purely arid environment. But because of harmonizing themselves together, they'll be able to build a very fast economy that's increasing or turning over their GDPs. These are the things that can become one of the consequences if we don't manage conflict very well. Need I mention social fragmentation, like Dr. Nuhu said, His Excellency, that today everybody is agitating. They want to have freedom of separation, want to go their way. I don't think we will get to this point where we are in life. How about it gives investors confidence. Which investor will want to enter into a community or a society where there is always fighting? What is the assurance that they will achieve their profitability margin that they plan for? This also brings setback to us. Today we are shouting and we are screaming and we are making references that, oh, we don't have foreign investors to come into Nigeria to invest. Of course, why will they come? Let's be rational, Your Excellencies. Why would I want to go to a country that doesn't have stability, that there's fight here and there? I cannot have guarantee for my what, the kind of investment I'm bringing in. That's one thing we look at. The trust in institutions. Of course, things have happened in recent times where people no longer trust anybody again. Whatever you say, things they turn into political. So there is trust issue. Big consequence. When you are speaking, you believe that the other person assertion that it may not fulfill. So we all play each other because it has become a game. Nobody's concerned about the consequences it might bring back to the general populace. And I put it this way: preventing conflict is far less costly than managing its consequence. If we don't prevent conflict, managing its consequence will be far, far costly. I think we should learn from this. Let's look at how understanding conflict prevention. What are the things that we need to look at to prevent conflict amongst ourselves? Your Excellencies, number one objective is we must be able to create institutions that promote justice. If there is no justice or justice denied, will breed conflict amongst people. So we must create justice, irrespective of whatever kind of life we have. And two is equity. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. So we must propagate equity. Like Dr. Nui said, whatever is good for the north is good for the south. Whatever is good for the east is good. If we have such this, believe me, it will reduce the amount of conflict that we have. We should encourage inclusion. People want to participate. People feel marginalized. Don't say that starting time not being included in the resource, the overall resource of the nation. And this can breed conflicts amongst us. We must promote mutual respect for people. Respect is reciprocal. It's about give and take. To understand conflict, then we must keep looking at a mutual respect for one another, irrespective of the tribe you belong to, irrespective of the language you speak, irrespective of the religion you have. We must respect each other. And we must begin to become peace, begin to fight. There is something called prayer. If we understand the concept of prayer, we will reduce conflict to its barest minimum. And last but not the least on this, sustainable development. When we come together to plan how to move in Nigeria as a nation, believe me, we will not be having time to discuss who hates who does not do this, who does not do that. It will allow us to grow as individuals. Imagine in the early 70s, when Nigeria was working together, even if there were divisions, we were able to shift the storm and manage one to the point where we are the envy of every nation. We even got to a point where we did not know what to do. We didn't know the out. Why? Because we were united. We could think sustainable development. Put it this way: prevention refers to all deliberate actions, policies, structure, and intervention designed to stop disagreement, to stop tension, to stop grievances, to stop disputes from escalating into violence. Conflict prevention seeks to address the root cause before they become a crisis. Most times when we propagate that we are able to resolve or prevent conflict, we are only addressing the symptoms. We are not addressing the root cause of the issues. What are the fundamental things we need to look at? Then when we start addressing those root causes, believe me, we will be very close to what preventing them in the first place. Now, I'm going to be looking at some principles that when they talk about conflict prevention. Number one is early warnings and early response. Early warning and early response. Please, when we start hearing hate speech, we take caution. When we start hearing political tension here and there, we should be careful. We see people mobilizing youth for the wrong reasons. We see religious intolerance. Before in Nigeria, people can walk up to my house, whether you are any side of the divide. We sit together, we marry, we discuss positively, we rub minds together, we think for the future. But now, we are afraid of each other. These are early warning signs. We don't tolerate ourselves again. One religion feels they are superior to the other. This should not be the case. What are the warning signs? Resource dispute. Oh, we are minding our own resources, using for the nation, and when it comes to yours, we are not doing it. These things, when you start hearing such information, know that these are early warning signs. Rising criminal activity, kidnapping here and there, for ransom, it has become a business like that today. This ought not to be so. Communities must establish peace committee. They must establish surveillances and early response mechanism to avoid these early warnings and response. Number 2, principle, inclusive governance. What does that mean? We need a government that operates on fair representation of all groups. The founding principle behind having different senatorial districts represented in the House of Assembly as our senators, so that when we are discussing, we discuss totally about what affects everybody, and where we disagree generally. So we must have a government or have a leadership that allows for fair representation at all groups, whether you are in the youth cadre, you are in the adult cadre, you are in everybody to be represented. Number 2, equal opportunity regardless of background. I am dreaming of a Nigeria which will be ask people to submit CVs for job opportunity, and we are not asking for which religion are you from. We are not asking for which sex are you, male or female. These are things that still set us back. We need to come to terms that we all equal opportunity irrespective of background. We are the son of a rich man and liaise with the son of a poor man. Where there is no dichotomy and no division among them. This is what we are preaching for. And I think it's about transparency in governance action, not governance of sycophancy. Deceiving people, saying one thing and doing the other thing. Accountability at all levels. Participation, decision making. Knowledge is the embodiment of knowledge. When we run together, we can always bring about the best decision we need to take forward. Take decisions for people that are technocrats. This will help us to move the country forward and to reduce tension amongst us. Sense of belonging of every citizen. Gone are the days where you will wake up by 12 midnight. You can drive from here to Abuja, nobody around you on the way. Does that happen again? There's so many tension everywhere. Exclusion breeds resentment. Inclusion will strengthen national unity. So let's all keep talking about inclusiveness in our peace prevention principle. Number 3, dialogue of effective communication. When we need to be constructive in our dialogue. His Excellency Dr. Nu said it all. We need to know who you are calling to the table to form part of your people that will mediate, people that are betrayed. So when we are doing that, it must be constructive, mutual understanding of each other. We will disagree to agree. We will always seek a common denominator. We must seek for compromise at all times. We must build trust amongst ourselves. We must consensus development. We must come together and agree on a thing and go ahead and do it. We must be to resolve peace amongst ourselves and make it without resorting to what? The court of law. People who talk together rarely fight each other. Communication should be proactive, not reactive as we see in this. Number 5 principle is social justice and rule of law. As citizens, we must be confident that law applies equally to all. There should not be divide and rule principle. If you can make out a law, pass a judgment on a particular person, irrespective of their gender, of their tribe, of their position in society, same to across board. No favoritism. Human rights must be protected. Justice must be accessible, because justice not accessible is justice denied. So we must learn to we must promote accessible justice at every point in time. Corruption must be discouraged. Gone are the days where we are having moral instructions in our school. Now we call it civil education. Those days, when you come out, it's your destiny. It shapes how you see your brother. It shapes how you see your neighbor. It shapes how you see your tribal people. But where is it today? We preach something in the class and we want carry out another thing when we go out there. Justice, today become justice. Conflict solving. Risk number 6, community participation and ownership. One of the key things I want to excellence is that traditional rulers have a part to play. Those of us that are close to the people of the grassroots, you have a part to play. You have a part to play. Do not use your money on your pulpit to incite conflict. Do not use your pulpit to incite conflict. You have a part to play. If we do our part well, because most of the people listen to us when we preach the gospel, to be able to adapt themselves to the right values of life. Part 2, you have a part to play. Youth, you have a part to play. We should be forming a forum of youth that are into fraudsters, cyber crime, and the rest. We have to take ourselves, initiate youthful positive innovations and inventions. Women have to play. The civil society as a whole has to play. Educational history has to play. Peace, prevention of peace is a collective effort of every stakeholder in our nation. When communities own the peace process, they become guardians of stability. And I want to believe we will maintain this stability. Your Excellencies, looking at principle number 6 here, youth empowerment and engagement is one way to prevent this conflict. When we see youth, they will not have time to do Yahoo cybercrime. The youth keep qualitative education. I was watching a documentary recently. In Korea, the first part of the child upbringing is not teaching them what academics. It's teaching them moral values. It communicates to them ethics that can shape their thinking, that can shape their destiny. So we need to educate youth, children, because charity they start begins at home. If they don't unless them at the point where they are still coming up, believe me, a dry fish is always difficult to get without breaking. Vocational skills, develop a lot of vocational skills for people. This will help prevent all this conflict. Entrepreneurship development. Instead of talking about Big Brother Nigeria, we should bring up some programs on our televisions, on our media, that will encourage and motivate youth to be empowered, to equip them for the future. Because the future of every youth will make the world the destiny of a nation. Not forgetting our employment opportunities, not forgetting leadership employment. Please, all this, when you put them together, they will ensure that young people are not just beneficiaries. They want to be a player. They are architects of peace themselves. Principle number 7, Your Excellencies, religious and cultural tolerance. Faith leaders must promote tolerance and acceptance. They must encourage peaceful coexisting. Not preaching hate speeches. When you hear something in social media, you should come back home and then tell them this is the right perspective. This will go that way. You must first interpret collaboration, work with each other to make sure that we prevent conflict. Our differences should enrich us rather than divide us. Nigerian diversity must become a free, not a barrier. Your Excellency, please, number 8, responsible leadership. We want to group leaders that are responsible, and it starts now. It must demonstrate integrity and fairness. Must be people for what they do. They must also create an environment to hold them accountable. They must show empathy. They must understand the nature of what people are going through. They must feel their pulse. They must be emotional. They must understand what people are facing out there. They must what? Exhibit vision for unity. Leaders must avoid hate speech and ethnic manipulation. Religious exploitation. They must not incite violence at any point in time. Because the manner and the way you present your world can depict whether it's going to be violent or it's going to be peaceful. From a religious point of view, they said a soft heart, a soft response, turn it the way around. The tone of society is often set by the quality of its leadership. Number 9, peace education. Let's talk about peace in our schools. Let's bring peace talk into our religious focus institution. Let's make sure citizens understand conflict management, create more awareness in schools, create peace club in primary school, secondary school, and our tertiary institution. Let's preach emotional intelligence. Let's table we should not use what when they're communicating. We must respect diversity. This society is intentionally cultivated, not naturally. The next is governance and economic equity and sustainable development. Excellencies, not the private sector have a part to play in this. There must be fairness in job creation. We must develop infrastructure around where we work to encourage people to mitigate what conflicts. We must have access to healthcare system. If our healthcare system is good enough, why are we running outside of the world to go and take sick for medical care? Let's come back home. All this will prevent situation and prevent conflict at the end of the day. Quantitative education is not ruled out. Economic opportunities are always there. Exists. Conflict loses much of its appeal. Economic empowerment strengthens social stability. When we embrace and say our stability is guaranteed. The role of looking at the role of key stakeholders. Governments, first of all, ensure that equitable policies are established, strengthen institutions, not just one. Deliver justice when it is there, promote inclusive development. For educational institutions, our elders, national rulers, mediate dispute appropriately, don't take side. Preserve cultural harmony. If our ancestors did not leave legacy behind, what we wish we take today. Promote communal peace. Not because you are bigger than this company, you want to take over the land. What you want to do everything clean. Religious leaders are not left behind. Use your pulpit as a medium for preaching tolerance. Foster unity among people. Encourage moral values amongst your members. Society. Please advocate peace at all times. That's what we are doing here. Thank God for the platform we are using. Promote citizen engagement at all times. Monitor conflict indicators. Therefore, the media to promote. We must promote responsible journalism. Misinformation. Please do a fact finding before you jump on any information you find on social media. Encourage fact finding reporting. Therefore, the private sectors and citizens as a whole support development, catalyze, support development, create employment opportunities. In this building initiative, just like we are doing in Un-Pepolac, reject violence and promote dialogue, rest, and report any warning signs. This is everyone's responsibility. Let's take a look at strengthening community engagement as I begin to round up. Number 1, community peace committee. Let's go back and initiate community peace committee. by creating local structures for mediation and dialogue. Number 2, let's institute digital peace using technology and social media to promote peace narrative. Number 3, peace ambassadors. Let's train young people as agents of peace. I said earlier on, we can start getting youth ambassadors in primary schools, secondary schools, get them young, and then start inculcating these values into them. Number 4, in peace building, let's ensure that women comes into this fair. We have been playing on the gallery for long. Increasing women's participation in conflict prevention will help reduce to prevent what? Conflict. Women is gifted, they know how to mediate. Interfaith collaboration. Let us use our podium and our pulpit to promote cooperation among religious groups. Let's not create faction. Let's not be divided. Then next is early warning signs. Identify and address tension before escalation. A conflict that is not addressed, a problem that is not addressed at the right time is bound to escalate. And when it escalates, it becomes something that we cannot but keep to handle anymore. So, ladies and gentlemen, your excellencies, I want to believe that if we put all things together, we begin to see how we can peace in the first place, rather than fighting to resolve them. In conclusion, I will say this: choose unity over division, choose balance over dialogue, understanding over hatred, choose peace over conflict. When commit and engage, justice is upheld. Leadership is responsible. These are created, and dialogue becomes our preferred option. When we do all this, then conflict loses its power. May peace reign in our community. May peace reign in our state. And may peace reign in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you all, Your Excellency, for this great opportunity and privilege. I hope with this, we will take this back home and rather try to resolve conflict, begin to prevent them in the first place. Thank you very much, and God bless all of us.
Wow.
Thank
What are we
you,
saying
thank
to His
you,
Excellency
thank you
Dr.
so much.
Blessing?
Thank
Thank
you,
What
you
are
so
we
much.
saying? What are we
Blessing.
saying? Please, let's unmute our phones, our iPad.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
wow,
Thank you so
wow.
much.
Hey, how
You've
to
really,
prevent
you've really blessed
conflict. My
this,
God.
this training section. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate you, Ambassador
A
Dr.
big,
Blessing,
a
for
big
this
thanks
powerful
to you,
submission.
sir. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
We celebrate you. We
So-
celebrate you. We celebrate you.
We appreciate it.